we go. Hi guys, what's up? So, as you can see, we have ourselves a horror creepypasta tier list thing. I'm still trying to figure out how exactly I should go about like displaying this. So I'm not really sure how I should be doing this, to be honest. It's kind of hard to see the tiers this way. Okay, hold on. Maybe we can switch this. Let's see, hold on. Let's move here actually. And actually no, because then it's too quiet. Hold on. Well, we'll figure it out. Let me see. So the chat box is about yay big. So okay, hold on. Let's put this here. Maybe we should crop this a little more. Maybe that would work. Okay, let's see. Filters. Bless me. Okay, let's see. Crop. Maybe the right. Okay, yeah. And then the left can also be 200. Okay, maybe 180. There we go, that's better. Close. Okay, here we go. This should work out a little better. I'm covering it up though. Okay, let me put myself over here. And then chat is there, so I'm just like, hold on. I'm like just barely covering chat. Hold on. I can make it like a little smaller, maybe. And then, there we go. Now I'm not really covering chat. There you go. See? Problem solved, guys. We got it. The thing is that now I can't see myself. Hold on. Let's maybe move this a little bit. There we go. Now I can see it better. And I can probably move this so that it's more like that. There we go. So, whoops, hold on. Creepypasta tier list. Category, just chatting. Great of that, great of that. Or just chatting and Creepypasta. Awesome. Done. There we go. Now we have the proper stream title and description. My bad. Don't worry about it, guys. It's fine. So here we go. Creepypasta tier list. I did not make this tier list, so there's going to be some on here that I do not know, and I will get into that in just a moment. So for now, let us discuss. So as you can see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tiers. I have to count those. And we have them from like the best to I have no idea what this is. So here we go. Yippee, the yippee, the yippee. That tier is basically, it's well written and a little actually spoopy, and I like it. So this is like for the creepypastas that are actually like good creepypastas. Like they actually do their job. So that's that tier. Then you have the tier is basically a creepypasta that is not spoopy, but is still good. So this is for the creepypastas that like aren't particularly scary, but they do have a good written quality to them. That's what those are. And then you have the tier, which is basically just they're not great and they're not really spoopy, but you know, they exist. They exist. It's kind of like middle of the line. They're not that entertaining. They're not that interesting. They're just, you know, they're okay. Actually, you know what? That let's switch this around actually. So you know what? Let's move. Okay, because here's the thing. Because we also have the slop tier. So let me finish going through these first, and then I think I'll probably change the tier. But Little Bro is 14 years old, so that one, that one is just for the creepypastas that you read them, and it's like, oh my god, this was written by a 14-year-old. Like, this is written by a child, and you can tell, and it hurts to read, and you feel pain in your soul. That's for those. If you've read those, you know which ones I'm talking about. Some of these are on there. But then you have the just slop tier. So just slop tier is just they're bad. And this one is supposed to be the ones that, like, they're not fun to read, they're not entertaining, it's just, whatever, not particularly interesting. And the last tier is need to look into it. So anything that's in the need to look into it tier is basically a creepypasta that I don't know enough about, or I just don't know at all. And for those, at the end of the stream, once we're done going through the ones that I actually know about, we will go through and look into those ourselves live on stream. But also, I do encourage you guys in chat, if you guys know about the creepypasta and I don't, tell me about it, and then we will just rank it from there. So, with all that being said, the tier I might change into the iconic tier, because there are a lot of creepypastas that, even though they may not be particularly good, they're very iconic in the community. So I feel like I might change this to iconic, and you just put it in there if it's just like one of the creepypastas, if that makes sense, regardless of its quality. We might change the tier to that, you know what I mean? Or just like middle of the line. The middle of the line is kind of like the worst sin. Like, middle of the line to me is just slop. You know, I'd rather it be entertaining and bad than just boring, you know, and the hymn is just boring, which I feel like I would just put stuff that's boring in slop. So I don't know. So you know what, for now, we are going to delete that row for now. So now we have just this, and you can actually see more of the tier list now. Yippee. So here we go. Let's see here which one we're starting with. So the first one, it looks like we're starting with the Sonic EXE tier. And actually, you know what? Maybe we should change the background music for the stream. Hold on. Maybe we should change the background music. Ooh, that'd be fun. Hold on. Let me see. What background music should I get? Let me see. So this would be an audio thing. Let's see. Audio input capture, I guess. I think. We'll have to see here. Actually, what are the properties of this one that they already have? Let's see. Properties. Oh, I can just change this. Oh, okay. Let me see. Properties. This one is just. Okay. All right. Yeah, I should be able to just change it pretty easily. So let's just add a media source, which is what we're supposed to be doing. BG spooky. Okay. Let's bring this in. So browse. I think I should have some spoopy music to add. Let's see. So the system, library, no, not really any of that. I think it'll be in downloads. Okay. Let's try and find this. Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry. I forget. I have to like transition it to MP3 first. Okay. All right. Let's do a quick thing here. We're going on a side quest. Okay, so I'll bring the music back up, and I will very quickly transition this to MP3. Okay, so back to MP3. Bit of a side quest here. Okay, we'll do that in a sec. Hold on. Let me go here first. There we go. So that you guys don't get to see my browser. Okay. Let's see. I cannot believe I was dumb enough to pull up the browser like that. I feel so dumb. Thankfully there wasn't anything personal on there, because this is like a work computer. Very glad about that. None of that information is personal. Okay, select file from the computer. Downloads. Yep. Will be a good one. Let's see. What other Danganronpa music can I pull up for this? I guess we can bring up Beautiful Death. That might work. Also, the class trial might work. Box 15. Not particularly spooky, but you know what I mean. Let's see. Actually, you know what? Just so you guys can still see me, I'll pull up the gameplay screen. Yeah, and I'll just make myself bigger so you guys can still see what's going on. Okay, it's like halfway done. Okay, almost there. Soon we shall have the spookiest of spooky times. Let's see. Processing. Okay, almost. The circle is circling around. Tis loading. Ah, here we go. Download. Thank you. Nice. 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 Okay, here we go. We have that. Yippee. And what? Maybe we should convert some other ones while we're here. You know what I mean? What other one should we do? Beautiful Death, Class Trial, Box 15, Underground Trial. What's that one sound like? Ooh, yeah, Underground Trial. I remember this one. It's a good. That's that one. Let's see. Which one's this one? This one's pretty good too. This one's like a fun one. Yeah, the Class Trial, the Sun version. That's a good one. Yeah. I feel like that one's like kind of hype, but I like it a lot. So we will do that one too. Yeah. And we'll just have that in the background. Both are good, to be honest. Both are good. We're pretty good. Both are pretty good. Okay, let's do that. And let's just have that in the background. And then we can go back to here. There we go. So we can just chill here while we are waiting for this to finish. Just, seeing how this goes, I guess. And currently, it is uploading. Boop. Uploading, but soon it shall be done. And then we'll be able to have the music in the background, which is always fun. So let's see. It's almost done. Probably done before, but unfortunately I only got the idea now. Oh man. Okay. Boop. Okay, let's download it. It's all done. Nice. Okay, yeah, we got it, guys. Let's go. Oh, what's it still playing? Oh no. No, why are you still playing? Stop playing. Hey, stop playing, please. Now I can't hear anything. Okay, that stopped it. No, that didn't stop it. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. No, please stop playing. Please stop playing. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. No, please. There we go. Okay, we got it. Jesus Christ. That one. Oh, went a little worse than I wanted to. Okay. Pause. Background music. let's just, hi, hey, what's up? You're currently in the middle of changing the background music to something a little funner for what we're trying to do today. Let's see. Browse, let's get, so need your opinion here. Which one sounds better? So we currently have the calming background music that you hear in Danganronpa 1, but we also have a few other options here. So I do need your opinion. Would you prefer this one? This one is like the track that plays, you know, like, it's kind of like the downtime, you know, during that game. I need your opinion here for the first spooky. I feel like this one's too chill, you know what I mean? But the first one, right? No, but we're not even done. We're not even done. There are other options. There's also this one. Hold on. We also have this one. I know you can't hear me. It's you can hear it. This is the one that you hear in the trial. I think this one's a good option too. Okay, we're bringing it down now, so that you can actually hear me now. What do you think? I think we go with this one. I think we go with this one, to be honest. I think this one's fun. It is pretty entertaining for background music, but I don't know. It might be. This is true. It might be. I think it's just a fun track. I think it's a fun track. There are spookier ones, but I don't want it to be too spooky. This is about the spooky. This is not itself spooky. So I don't know. I think you missed the beginning part of the stream where I was explaining all the tiers. So if you'd like, I shall explain them to you. So, you just let me know. Just wanted to make sure, you know, we're all on the same page here. Because I know, like, some of them are a little self-explanatory. Yeah, okay. So we have the Yippee! The Yippee tier is just basically, it's a well-written story, and it's also actually kind of spooky. Basically, it does what Creepypasta is supposed to do. It's like the best version. Yeah, yippee, yippee. That's basically that tier. And then you have the tier is literally just, it's well-written, but it's not really spooky. So this is anything that just isn't really that scary, but is actually interesting. And then you have the Little Bro is 14 years old tier. So this one is just anything that's not well written, but it is entertaining. Yeah. It's not well written, but it's very entertaining. And we also have the Just Slop tier. This is basically anything that's just bad. So the Just Slop tier will be anything that is not only badly written, but it's also not entertaining to read or to experience. If it's boring, it goes in there. Because to me, there's no greater sin than being boring. Like, you're writing a creepypasta and you're boring? Get out of here. Get out of here, man. This is not for you. And then you have the last tier, which is the need to look into it, which basically is any creepypasta that I don't know of that I have to look into. And at the end of the stream, we will actually go and look into those. And by the end of the stream, I mean, like, once we're done going through all the ones that I actually do know of, or that chat knows of. That's fair enough. Yeah. So, we have all of these things here. And we have quite a few to go through. This is a pretty lengthy list. There's a few rows here. Pretty much everything. At least quite a few that I know of. I specifically tried to pick one that like I knew for sure that I knew. Not everything in here, though, like I said, are ones that I know of. So, pretty soon, I will be able to go through these. Let's see, how many are there exactly? We have, ooh, quite a few. So, I'm glad I decided to do this here. It's like, it's really fun. I just realized there might be people who aren't entirely sure what creepypastas are. Like, you're looking at the images and you're like, okay, this feels like I know what it is, but also not really. Basically, if I have to give a definition, a creepypasta is an internet story that's entirely fictional and is supposed to be a horror story. Creepypastas can vary greatly in quality. Most of them are not good, but they are very fun and very iconic. And yeah, so this is just us ranking everything. I am still considering whether or not I should put an iconic tier. I think maybe, but then I feel like I have to go in and specify like, this is iconic, it's not good. Or this is iconic, but it is good. But I think at that point I just put it in with these. So here we go. I know what we'll do. So we will add a row above. And this one will be the yippee. Good. Like yippee. Iconic. Yeah. Why is it going off the screen? That's a little dumb. Okay, we'll leave it like that. Yippee! Icon. What? Why did not? Okay, we're doing this again. I hate when this thing does that. It's so annoying. Yeah, there we go. We have that. And then, yippee! Icon. Icon. There we go. Yep, yippee icon. And then we have, add a row below. So then this one will be yippee 14-year-old yippee. Which one is this one? Yippee r/14 and 19. r/14 and 19. I'm kind of tempted to do that. Sort of tempted. Yippee. Yippee middle school level. I think we'll do that one. There we go. Yeah, that makes sense to me. I don't like the way that that's partitioned at all, but whatever. This can't, nope. Go down. Yippee icon. Actually, no, we'll do yippee and then yippee icon, yippee middle school level. Here we go. I'll make it that color. For just the normal yippee tier, yippee icon, yippee middle school level. We can make this one like an orange, I guess? Oh, we have that color already. We have that color already, hold on. Red. Yippee icon, yippee middle school level. Like a light green then? And then, ooh, no, okay, hold on, let's just try and, oh man. Okay. This, yippee icon, yippee middle school level. See, oh, here. This here goes 14 years old. That stays the same. And this one can be the yellow tier. So need to look into it. There we go. So now that seems to cover everything. Yeah, there we go. Oh, hold on. Oh, hold on. Hold on. So how did this, oh boy, how did this get triggered? There we go. I don't know what happened there. I'm not really sure if that got triggered at all, but okay. Here we go. Okay, so now we shall begin our beautiful, nice process of organizing all this creepypasta. So, you guys in chat, if you guys know exactly what the creepypasta is, you let me know. If I do not know. So there's that. Also, let me know your opinions. Feel free to tell me what you think. So here we go. So Sonic.exe is the first one. This is a good one to start with. I feel like this one is very iconic. So you already know it's going in one of the icon tiers. I think Sonic.exe, I have read the original story. It's not very good. If it were not for the fact that this is so iconic, it would go straight in the little bro's 14 years old, because I have to imagine that the author was around that age. If you haven't read the original, basically there's this kid who gets mailed a CD of this old Sonic game from his friends, and his friend's like, dude, don't open it, don't play it, just throw it out, which is immediately really stupid. Like, why even mail it? Just throw it out yourself. I mean, in the end, it's kind of implied that you can't, but also not really, because it's dumb. It's just like this is dumb. The setup is dumb, and the kid's like, oh, well, you know, I'm just gonna play it. Instead of throwing it out like I find home, I'm just gonna play it. Which is really stupid, because it's implied that he's already played it, and he just decides to play it. And like, he knows what the game is. He's played it already. He's like, yeah, I'm just gonna play it again. Even though, like, dude, just play the normal one? Your friend told you to throw it out? Are you stupid? The answer is yes. And he plays the game, and it's like haunted, and Sonic is demonic, and you know, you've seen the ropes. I mean, you can also see the image right there. Like, it's just demonic Sonic. Ooh, spooky. And in the original, they use like hyper-realistic a lot. A lot of the pretty bad creepypastas have like this weird infatuation with things being hyper-realistic, as if that makes things more scary. And you see a lot of that in this original story, and it's honestly hilarious. As bad as it is very entertaining, and it was also very fun to see people try to like make it an actual game. That sort of took over 2010's YouTube for a period of time, was the Sonic EXE game. I recommend you see some of those older gameplay videos just because they're so funny. Like, seeing these grown adults being like, oh, demonic Sonic! It's just great. Just fantastic. I love it. There's just a certain like level of like corniness to it all that's really fun. But yeah, so we're putting Sonic EXE, putting it in let's see. You have the icon, you have middle school level. It's like middle school level. Oh yeah, that's fair enough. That's fine. You do your thing. And you can, I am still covering a little bit. Hold on. Let me, like, move down just a tad. There we go. It's a little better. Yeah, no problem. We're putting Sonic EXE in the... Hold on. I shouldn't make that big. It's like the icon middle school level. There we go. That makes pretty sense. Because Sonic EXE is super iconic, but you read the original thing and it's so bad. Really bad. So, we're putting it in the middle school level. I do recommend you read it if you just want to sit down and like cringe for half hour. Yeah, it's good for that. Real good for that. The next one up we have is Jeff the Killer. So this one, no, I immediately, I have to put it here. So the original Jeff the Killer. Yeah, no, there was a story originally. The game is based off of the original story that's really terrible, and it's so funny. Yeah, Jeff the Killer. Jeff the Killer is another super iconic one, so I'm immediately putting him up there. I feel like even if you don't know what creepypastas are, you've like seen his fan art, or you've seen something from that guy, you know? But Jeff the Killer. So Jeff the Killer's original story is also one that I've read. And it's similar to Sonic.exe, is giving I'm 14 years old and writing a horror story. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no explanation needed, buddy. I understand. I understand. I understand. Yeah, Jeff the Killer. Oh, man. So backstory. I will be recapping all of the stories that I actually know so that everyone is kind of on the same page here. So Jeff the Killer, the original story, was about this kid, um, who's like in this neighborhood. After the stuff I've seen, I can't blame them. Okay, you can blame them a little bit. A little bit of blame. A little bit of blame. I will not judge, though. Because I know that Jeff the Killer was, like, super popular with middle schoolers back in the day. Yeah, that's what it is. It is what it is. But anyway, so, Jeff the Killer, the original story. There's this kid with his mom and his dad and his little brother. And I think they moved to a new neighborhood because of whatever reason, and there were these group of like kids that were around the same age as the older brother that were being really mean to him and or his younger sibling. He didn't like it, and throughout the story you have like Jeff being like, I'm getting this feeling. I'm getting this dark feeling, and it's so corny and like so bad. Like it's trying to be like, there's something evil growing within this like 13-year-old child. Whenever it mentions it, it's so funny. Like in the beginning, it's like it's a soft, dark feeling, but then it continues to grow and grow, and at some point he like snaps, of course, because there's always that moment. And he just like straight up stabs this other kid for like messing with his brother. And for some reason, not for some reason, but the police come over, as they should. And for some reason, they like immediately pin it on the younger brother. And the older brother's like, no, I did it. My little brother didn't do anything. And the little brother's like, yeah, I didn't do it. I didn't do anything, dude. Like, what are you talking about? But for some reason, the parents are like, come on, we know you did it. What? What do you mean you knew? You didn't see any of it. And why are you immediately being like, yeah, come on, 6-year-old child. Fess up. That's your son. You're so weird. And the police officer is also like, yeah, it's okay, kid. You don't have to stand up for your younger brother. We know who did it. What are you talking about? Like, it's so terrible. And you can feel that, like, this kid is just, like, probably really, like, thinks that that's what would happen. Like, the parents wouldn't defend their kid. Just immediately like, yeah, the little brother did it for sure. And not the older one who has literally confessed to be the one who did it, and the little brother's also like, yeah, that guy did it. And it also like, do they really think a 6-year-old would be capable of doing that? I don't know. It's a mess, and it's so stupid. But after that, the kid brother, I think he gets in trouble, and he has to go to like juvie or something, which like he's 6 years old. That would never happen. That would never happen. They would never send a 6-year-old to juvie. That's insane. But he spends some time there before he gets out. Yeah, I know. That was my reaction too. It was just like laughing so hard. Like, what do you mean? It's terrible. Yeah. And so some time passes and he comes back and everything. And then there's like a birthday party, and at the birthday party, the kids that suck are there, which in my opinion is like kind of crazy. Also, he barely spends any time in juvie. It's like a month or two later, he comes back, and it's like some kid's birthday, and the group of children that were like tormenting the brother, and also including the one that got stabbed, is like back, and they're at the party. They got like invited to the party. Or actually, no, I think it was one of their birthdays, and they invited that family. And immediately, the second I read it, I was like, that makes no sense. If you were a parent, and your kid got stabbed by another kid, would you invite that kid or his family to a birthday? No! You would not do that. No sane parent, no sane adult, no sane person would ever do that. It's purely for plot, and it's so stupid. But they invite the family, in which makes no sense. And then later, of course, they start arguing again because obviously. And they start being like, yeah, you're a weak little kid. Yeah. You know, there's been like super stereotypical like bully children. And so the main character who's got this darkness growing in his heart or whatever nonsense just snaps again and like repeatedly beats this other kid into the ground and kills him. Like he just kills him in the middle of like a birthday party. And like no one stepped in, no one did anything. It's like a long scene too, so they definitely had time to intervene. They don't intervene, which is just nuts. And just, in the end of it, you know, he's like, he gets like lit on fire. The kid who like murdered the other kid, he like gets lit on fire, gets like bleach put on his face, blah blah blah, and he ends up in the hospital. And the parents are like really concerned about you. You're like kind of like really weird right now. And the kid is just like completely silent and like, you know what I mean? And the doctors are like, yeah, you know, it's kind of a miracle you recovered, blah, blah, blah. But after this, he decides he's gonna go look at himself in the mirror, right? Because they're like, look, we are gonna take your bandages off because you are healed, but you know, you will look kind of crazy. So they take the bandages off, and the parents are like disgusted and horrified in front of their child because of like the burns on his face. Which again, the parents are written insanely here. Like imagine like your kid in the hospital survived like being burned, and then your immediate reaction is, ugh, you look terrible. Just terrible, horrible parenting. All of the adults in this mess are so bad at adulting and being any kind of responsible. But the kid, he goes to see himself and he has like this, like, I look beautiful. He thinks he looks great. Which is okay, good for you, man. But he's like definitely losing it at this point. And he's like, now I can smile forever. And it's I mean, slay. See, like I read this, I'm like, okay, you know, at least he's happy and being supportive. But then he decides that this is great, it's fantastic, and he wants to like smile forever. So I think he like cuts it to his face so that he has like a permanent grin, which is why the picture of him and every picture you ever see of him is him with this like cut up smile, because he's just so happy with the way that he looks. He wants to smile forever. Some like corny thing like that. So that happens, and of course he just immediately goes off the deep end and kills his parents, which is okay, I'm not gonna be too mad at that, they suck. But then he kills his brother too, and it's like, why would you do that? Like, it makes no sense in the context of the story, because the two fights that happened that he had with the other kids were because they were bothering his brother. Like, he wants to protect his brother. So why is it that all of a sudden, now that he's just like suddenly crazy and decides he's gonna go up to his brother in the middle of the night and be like, go to sleep, and then kill him? What? Huh? Like, that's so bad. It's so bad. But that's where also the quote comes from. Like, if you've ever seen like Jeff the Killer fan art and it says like don't sleep or like go to sleep on it, I think it's like go to sleep, right? That's what he says to his brother, something like that, before he decides to just kill him. And it's like, that doesn't make any sense. You started this because you were protecting him. Why are you murdering him? Like, everyone else, okay, but him? What? Yeah. What is going on with the lip syncing? What's going on there? Hold on. That's really weird. Why is it doing that? Okay, hold on. Why is my model working like that? Microphone, relax. Relax. Oh my god, what is going on? Okay, in case you don't know, part of like my lip syncing is tied to my audio, so it seems more accurate, but for some reason it's just like continuously talking for like no reason. Hold on. Why is it doing that? Hey, chill out, please. Okay, hold on. Let's see what's going on here. I'm a little weirded out. Let's see. Oh, so not that, actually. Settings, I guess? Let me see. This is being real weird. It's being real weird right now. Maybe I should reset the tracking. It's being, like, really weird. Nope, that didn't help at all. Okay, great. Well, alright. It is what it is. Oh well. We'll do that. That, I guess? Browser sensitivity. Oh boy. Why is it doing that? Please stop. Please. Okay. Physics, which is just nothing, I presume. I don't know. Oh, that's a normal. Yeah, okay, that was weird. What's happening there? I don't know. Alright, well anyway, we're back to normal now. Yay! Back to normal, guys. Here we go, that was really weird. Okay, but yeah, so that's just the killer. Really bad, but very fun. It is very fun to read. I laughed so hard the entire time, so I highly recommend that if you have some spare time and you want to read something so stupid, just read Jeff the Killer, the original one. Honestly, one of the most interesting aspects of Jeff the Killer is the fact that we do not know where the image came from. It is still a mystery to this day where exactly that photo is from and who exactly made it. Like, what was the original photo? Because obviously it's photoshopped all hell. But yeah, that's still something that prevails is like, what was the original picture? Because people still don't know. There's like a lot of different theories, but it's unknown. It's pretty cool. But yeah, so Just the Killer obviously goes in the iconic middle school level tier. So next we have this. So if I remember correctly, this one should be the one that's the lost, quote unquote, like not lost, but it's like a banned, unseen episode of SpongeBob SquarePants. You let me know if you've heard of it or not, but this is a creepypasta where it is written from the perspective of one of the animators for SpongeBob SquarePants. Actually, no, she's writing something like a report, and she's not part of the team. She's more there as like an observer of some kind. And it turns out that there's this episode that they're showing to the producers and the editors, and they're like, hey, this is the episode that we made, we're gonna show it to you, blah, blah, blah. And it seems that the episode is just like really stupidly, like, okay, well, in context, it's supposed to be like a very creepy, spooky episode where like Squidward is super depressed and there's like all sorts of like dead people imagery and Squidward like off to himself, and it's like, what is going on? And the whole thing at first is like a little interesting because it's like fun to see what might possibly be the process behind like before an episode gets aired, but then it very quickly becomes obvious that this person does not know how this process works and all the characters are really stupid. Like, they have multiple chances at this point to just like stop the episode, and there should have been multiple points where they were like, hey, let's just scrap this whole thing. Why did you make this? Who made this? We're gonna fire you because this is stupid and insane, and like we obviously cannot air this. But of course it never happens because this is a creepypasta. And they just decide to just keep playing the tape for some reason, even after seeing like all this crazy imagery of like actual like hyper realistic images of like even like dead babies, which is crazy. And it's where this one specific image comes from. So, hold on a second. Let me really quick pull up this image because I'm sure that everyone has seen it. It's literally like a meme at this point. Squidward meme, like the face that he has. Let's see if I can find it here. It's like which one is it? It's like the really spooky one. Yeah. Okay, here we go. This one right here. So I will open this in a new tab and then I'll show it to you. So this image, you have probably seen this image or some iteration of this image of like Squidward with like the spooky eyes. Yeah. So that is from the creepypasta that I'm talking about, where like Squidward gets super depressed and stuff. That image is from that. And it is just such an iconic meme image. It's such an iconic meme image that pretty much everyone has seen it, even if they don't know the original story. I will say that unfortunately the original story, though it is very iconic, it's not very fun to read. It's just that. So it's iconic, but I kind of feel weird putting it in the middle school tier. Because it's just not, like, good at all. At least in my opinion, like, I didn't have fun reading it. I just thought it was bad. So I think what I'll do, because honestly I feel like the actual image is more iconic than the creepypasta. Like, everyone knows the image, not everyone knows the creepypasta. So you know what? I will put this in just slop. I'm just gonna put it in the just slop tier because the actual creepypasta is just bad, but the image is super iconic. And you know what? I don't know if you knew this, but in the original show of the of SpongeBob SquarePants, they actually referenced the famous creepypasta image in the show, which is really fun. So I will show this to you. So this is from the actual show. This is a screenshot from the actual show. I can try and find what episode it was specifically that it was referenced, that it made this reference. But this is from the show. This is actually from the show. As you can see, it's a very clear reference to the infamous creepypasta Squidward image. It's really cool. I thought that was super fun that they did that. I really don't know why they decided to do that, but they did. And actually, you know what? Let me see if I can find one. Hold on, let me see if I can find like the actual, like, where that came from. It's called like the Red Mist Squidward, quote unquote. Let's see, where is it from? Minor character in SpongeBob SquarePants. He's an alternate universe version of Squidward Tentacles who lives behind one of the many mysterious doors in Random Land. He appears in the uncut version of the episode SpongeBob in Random Land, but was eventually later replaced by a version of Baby Squidward. So that's interesting. So in the original uncut version of the episode SpongeBob in Random Land, he was one of the Squidward variants behind one of the doors. But they cut it out and replaced it with Baby Squidward and the other versions. That's interesting. I didn't know that. Hold on. If you guys want, I'll show you the wiki page. This is the wiki page. So it's called Red Mist Squidward. That's pretty cool. So this was in 2006. That's fun. And was accompanied with its first image of a drawn-up close-up of Squidward inspired from Just One Bite. Yeah. But, so Just One Bite is a lot older of a creepypasta. It just got really popular in 2010s. A lot of these gained popularity or showed up in the 2010s. Yeah. So that's really cool. I think that's just really fun. I think it's like a fun reference of them to make. Yeah. So that's a fun fact. There you go. But yeah, we're putting it into slop. We're putting it into slop. Because the actual story is, like, terrible. So we're putting that there. Next up, we have, ooh, My Little Pony, yes! Okay, here we go. So this is a My Little Pony creepypasta. This is the Rainbow Factory. This is a My Little Pony creepypasta. Yeah, so I want to, again, mention I did not make this tier list, but I was so happy when I saw that there were My Little Pony ones in here. Because a lot of people who aren't in the fandom don't realize this, but during the 2010s, the fandom was huge. And not only was it huge, but there were a lot of horror aspects in the fandom. It's something that died down for a few years, but I feel like it's coming back up now with all of these infection AUs that I'm seeing on like TikTok and stuff, which is interesting. It's fun. We have like a circle of life going on with the horror aspect of MLP. So this is a My Little Pony one, and it is called The Rainbow Factory. And The Rainbow Factory, God, it has been so long since I've actually seen the story. But despite the fact it's been a long time, I remember like the beats of the story pretty well, just because it's such an iconic part of like old creepypasta stuff, because it was so big. What's that based on a creepypasta? Yeah, The Rainbow Factory. So The Rainbow Factory is also a song. And I'm trying to remember what came first, the song or the story. I think it was the song. I think the song came first, actually, if I remember correctly. I've heard the song so many times that it was creepy, but yeah. So here's the thing. I think the song came first. Let me double check right now. Let me see what this says. So what came first? I think it's has to do with the date. So what came first? Rainbow Factory song or story? Because I feel like the song came first. Let me see. Rainbow Factory was first written. Let me see. Let me compare dates right now. Yeah, let me compare dates. So let's see. Rainbow Factory was first written as a My Little Pony themed Friendship is Magic song. Yeah, here we go. So I'm correct. There we go. So Rainbow Factory, according to this, was first written as a song by Glaze, aka Wooden Toaster, who was like really, really big within the Brony community. They have so many songs. And after that song came out and it became super popular, someone named Aurora Dawn wrote a fanfiction based on the song. It's a very grimdark fanfiction, and basically the whole thing is the way that they make rainbows is by taking ponies of like different colors and killing them and putting them in this big factory mix, and they produce colors out of these dead ponies. And it's very grimdark, and because it has like a bad ending, everything is just terrible the whole way through. And yeah, so that is Rainbow Factory. It's very simple. I'm trying to remember if the actual writing was good or not. I'm not sure. Let me skip real quick. No, okay, it's not there. Never mind, okay. I could skim it probably. I don't know. Let's see. My favorite device. Okay, and here's another fun fact. So you might have also heard the song Pegasus Device. It's a very similar tone to Rainbow Factory, and that song is based on the sequel to Rainbow Factory, because Aurora Dawn wrote Rainbow Factory and then wrote a sequel called Pegasus Device, and then the Bronies were like, let's make a song based off Pegasus Device, so we have both. And yeah, so that's what happened with that. And, you know, just very fun that they just decided, yeah, you know what, let's just make a song for that too. So now we have both. Yeah, now we have both. It's very fun. Yeah, the Rainbow Factory, let me see where you can even, Rainbow Factory story, let me see, Creepypasta Wiki, Rainbow Factory, let me see, because I don't remember if the actual story was good or not. Yeah, I do suggest reading these, they're fun. Let me see. Good moves, Equestria, numbers are below. Oh, it was long. Okay, you know what? Just because of how iconic it is, I'm just gonna put it straight in iconic. Just gonna put it there. Wait, so why was the original song made? They just wanted to make like a spooky horror song for My Little Pony, and they decided to come up with that concept. And yeah, like I said, horror stuff was pretty popular in the fandom. Because they thought it was fun to take this kids show and just make it spooky. So that's what happened there. Yeah, so Rainbow Factory, I'm just gonna put it in iconic, to be honest. I'm just gonna put it in iconic. So let's put it in, let's put it here. Well, actually, no, I don't know if it's particularly scary to read, but it is iconic. I'll put it in here. It's not particularly scary to me, but it is pretty iconic, and I don't know. I feel like, I don't know where to put it. Maybe I'm being biased here. I'll put it here. Just keep in mind that it's been forever since I've read the story, so it's possible that it's not that well written, but it's just so iconic. I feel like I have to put it there. I'm gonna put it there. Yeah, I'm just gonna put it there for now. And then I will possibly skim through the story later and see if it's bad or not. But honestly, the song is really good, so I would probably keep it in the Yippee tier anyway, just because the song is good. The song is really good. The song is fantastic. If you haven't heard the Rainbow Factory song, go listen to it. It's really good. But yeah, it's a short one, Rainbow Factory. So now we have this one. This one is a Roblox creepypasta. There are a lot more Roblox creepypastas than people realize. I do not know of a lot of them, but I know that many exist. This one I had to do a refresher on a while ago. This is Guest 666 because, of course. And the interesting thing about Guest 666 is that there isn't really like a written lore for him specifically. It was just that these rumors started going around that there was this Roblox player named Guest 666 who would protect the bacon hairs, aka like the noobs in Roblox, from getting bullied online, and that if you were caught bullying one of those players, Guest 666 would hack your Roblox account and like get rid of all your stuff, or you know, do all sorts of things that people don't want done with their account. Like I said, it wasn't like a written thing, it was more a rumor thing, so it kind of depended on like who was telling you the story. Yeah, this is like one of the nicer creepypastas. It was said he had admin in like every game, and he would like get rid of all the stuff in your account or mess with the games to mess with you. And you know, overall, one of the nicer creepypastas, honestly. Eventually they started like adding on some other stuff that like, oh, Guest 666 was the kid who got bullied in school and he died from his bully, so now he lives on protecting kids online from online bullies in Roblox. But yeah, overall, I don't know where to put this one actually. This is very iconic within the Roblox community, I would say. But because it's not written, I can't really judge like the quality of it. You know, there isn't like an actual story to dissect. It's just word of mouth. So you know what? I would put Guest 666. I'll put it in Icon middle school level because this was very much like a thing you would hear on the playground. Like, did you know that Guest 666 will hack your Roblox account if you're mean? Don't be mean, guys. Don't be mean online, or he's gonna take all your Robux away that you got from your parents. Yeah, it's not really creepy. It's just like, ooh, all the stuff that you bought he's gonna take away if you're mean online. You know, that's it. It's pretty simple. So you're gonna put it in middle school level. It's very iconic within the Roblox community, but very like chill, to be honest. It's just like, don't be mean online. This sounds like a live parent telling it. Yeah. If it were not for the fact that a lot of parents hated this story that was going around, I would agree that that's how it started. But it really feels to me like the origins were really just like Roblox players making up this like protector of noobs on their own. Just because I do know some stories of parents that were hearing about this Yes 666 and we're like, oh, why is this demonic player allowed on our player base? There weren't many parents like that, but there were some, you know? Yeah. Like, a parent would not name it Guess 666, you know what I mean? Name it something else. But yeah, it's just a fun little thing that kids made up on Roblox. It's super fun. But anyway, so now we have Annie96. So Annie96 is also, this one is actually pretty unique in the Creepypasta community. At least at the time it was. I know that there's more text-based ones now, but at the time it was pretty unique. Annie96, the original way that it was presented as a creepypasta was like you were reading not SMS, just like text messages, like chat room text messages between this girl named Annie and this other guy. I forgot his name. We'll call him like Jason. So Annie and Jason, and no, Todd. I think his name is Todd actually. Todd. So Annie and Todd. And they seem to be friends, and it starts out pretty casual. But Annie starts talking about how she hears this weird noise outside, and she's like, I don't know, what if someone's out there? And Todd's like, ha ha ha. You know, you should like go check it out, see if it's some like weird dude. And she does, and she sees that it is some guy who's digging around in her garden, and she immediately gets worried of like, what's this guy doing? Like literally digging with his hands in her garden. And Todd doesn't really seem worried about it at all. He's like, I don't know, probably just some guy like druggy, looking for drugs or whatever. And she's like, Todd is serious, like what do I do? You know, because she's worried because there's just some guy in her house. And he's like, okay, well, let's tell your parents or something. She's like, I'm home alone. So you can see the building blocks here. She's like, oh boy, this is like a very classic setup here. And eventually he like turns around and she's immediately like, oh, Todd, don't mess with me. And Todd's like, what are you talking about? And she's like, I can see you. I can see you in the garden. I can see you there in front of me. How are you doing that? How are you texting without having your phone in your hand? And Todd's like confused, like, I don't, like, what are you talking about? I'm not at your garden, I'm at my house, and I'm texting you. What do you mean? Like, and she's like, Todd, like, that looks like you. What do you mean? And he's like, maybe it's someone that looks like me? But eventually it's like, well, that doesn't make any sense because the guy in her garden is wearing Todd's varsity jacket, his like favorite varsity jacket. And she's like, maybe it's a friend of yours because they have your jacket. And he agrees until he comes back from like checking his closet and he's like, no, I have my jacket. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. But this is the point where he gets worried because this is when the guy in the garden starts to walk towards the house. And she immediately freaks out and stops texting Todd. And Todd immediately is like, oh shit. So he tells her to call the police, but because she doesn't get a response back, he calls the police for her. And he texts her like, hey, the police, I called them, they're gonna go to your house, but they'll be there in like half an hour. You have to stick it out and like wait and hide. And she does. So she's like hiding in her closet, and it's so funny because she texts him like, Todd, can't talk, can't text much. I'm like shaking, can't text at all. But then she proceeds to write like totally fine for the next for the next while in the story, where he's like asking her if everything's okay and what's going on. So it's like, yeah, I think you're typing just fine. Like, you're fine, girl. But he enters her home, and she's like totally freaking out, and so is Todd. And she's like, why does it look like you? That's so creepy. Maybe it has something to do with you because it looks like you. And Todd's like, I don't know, maybe. And she's like, okay, is there anything like going on with you? Like, what's going on? And Todd's like, well, you know, I guess I like think about you a lot or whatever, because he like has a crush on her, right? And she's like, okay, well, maybe you need to like stop thinking about me and this thing will go away. So they try that. He does his best to stop. And she says that eventually it goes quiet out in the hallway. Because at this point, the guy that entered her home got into the hallway, started making like a long scraping noise. And she's like, oh, it's over. You know, I don't hear it anymore. And Todd's like, okay, good, but don't come out yet. You have to wait. And this is an interesting little twist in the story that I liked. Where, it's not really a twist, it's a little detail. Where basically, this entire time, remember, you're reading text messages. So Annie, the entire time, has been using all lowercase, no punctuation, just like casual texting. But now that she says, oh, it's over, I don't hear anything else anymore, the next time she texts, it's now with capitalization and with punctuation. And she's like, oh, I feel so much better. Thanks so much for talking to me. I didn't know you felt that way about me. When this is all over, I want to see you. Tomorrow, I want to see you. And he's like, oh my god, yeah, sure, we can do that. And she repeats again, like, yeah, I can't wait to see you tomorrow. See you then. And then he's like, oh, wait a minute. But, like, just out of nowhere, he's suddenly suspicious of this. And he's like, how do I know it's you, Annie? And then it says Annie 96 is offline. And that's, like, the whole story. Overall, it's a very classic setup and story. I feel like people have like made up stuff like this before, you know what I mean? But it was a very interesting way to present it because it does look like a bunch of text messages, and I did like that little change in text between when it's Annie and when it's whatever got into her house, which is fun. I like that. Overall, it's very short and, you know, doesn't really waste your time, very to the point, but not too scary. So I feel like I will put Annie 96 here. I think that makes sense. Just right in, like, it's not particularly scary, but it's good enough. You know, serviceable. Nice. You know, I like Annie 96. I don't know if it's like worth the time to go read it just because it's like so short and not really that scary. But if you'd like, you can. It's just a bunch of text messages. It's literally just a bunch of text messages, and that's it. But let's see, what is next here? Oh, Hero Brian. This is one that I'm sure pretty much anyone into like gaming at all knows. Hero Brian, so iconic. I don't know if I'm aware if there is a specific, like, written lore about Herobrine. I think that Herobrine originated from a YouTube video back in the day where there was this guy being like, guys, there's like an evil version of Steve that happens to show up sometimes when you, at nighttime in Minecraft. And I'm pretty sure that was the origin of it. If there's like written lore for Herobrine, it's not, I don't think it's what started it. I'm pretty sure it was that YouTube video from like, I want to say it was like maybe late 2000s, early 2010s that video came out. And that was the first, I'm sure. I'm pretty sure. But feel free to correct me if that's not the case. Yeah, Herobrine. So yeah, and then after that it just kind of developed and it kind of became a thing on Minecraft, YouTube, and also like outside. Yeah, there's like, they started making all of these rumors about like what Herobrine was. Like, he's not his dead brother, he's like an evil Steve, blah blah blah. They started making up all this different stuff because it was a word of mouth thing and also a YouTube thing. Because there wasn't like a specific written lore about it. So Herobrine was kind of whatever you wanted it to be. Yeah, Herobrine was just whatever you heard and whatever you specifically wanted Herobrine to be. And a lot of kids were very afraid of Herobrine because honestly, when you're playing Minecraft and it's like dark and you don't really know what you're doing in those first few days, yeah, Minecraft can be pretty creepy at night. So kids ate that up. And it became very popular on YouTube to be like, guys, I saw Herobrine. Look at him. It's over there! Yeah, it was just very, very fun times, and that's Herobrine, really. Herobrine is genuinely, like, Herobrine is the friends we made along the way. Herobrine is the friends we made along the way, truly. It is really whatever you heard it to be. So yeah, Herobrine, I would say very iconic, but not anything actually of substance. It's just like middle schoolers around the playground being like, guys, I saw this YouTube video. This guy found Herobrine. Whoa! That's kind of like the vibe. I feel like it's very fitting that I get to put it next to Guest 666 because they're both kind of the same with the way that there's like not a specific lore about it. Yeah, it's just like purely word of mouth. Kids sitting around and talking. Which is fun, you know, always fun. So this is Candle Cove. Candle Cove. I don't know what Candle Cove is. This is the first one on the list that I actually like. I don't know what it is. So hey, if you know what it is, let me know. But I don't know what Candle Cove is. So I'm going to put it in the need to look into it. And once we're done going through all the ones that I actually do know of, or you know of, we should be able to start our journey on looking into these other ones that like I don't really know about at all. So for now, we're putting it in the need to look into it here. Okay. Next up, we have the back rooms. Oh wait, hold on. I remember freaking out when I saw the official Minecraft patch notes saying they removed them. Yeah, thank you for mentioning that. So, okay, so it seems like you know what Candle Cove is, which is good. Okay, you can tell me about it in a second, but thank you for bringing up the Minecraft patches. I thought it was really fun that they were playing into it by saying that they removed him every patch. Very fun. I really like when developers kind of play into that stuff just for fun. I love it. But yes, please tell me about Candle Cove, because I don't know what Candle Cove is. So you let me know. I'm very curious. I shall sit here and wait patiently. Because there is a bit of a delay, I notice. I don't know how much of a delay there is, but there is a bit of one, for sure. I can tell you're typing up a storm there. Oh no, yeah, because of the delay. I hate this delay. I hate this delay so much. Oh, it's like a delay of like what, 10 seconds maybe? Oof, that's a painful one. Painful delay. I have to try to remember that. Like, if you know what one is, just spit it out in chat so that we waste the least amount of time possible. Oh, I forgot about that delay, man. I don't think the delay was that long before. Yeah, it seems like it. Yeah. I didn't think the delay would be that long. It definitely wasn't that long before. I don't know what's going on with that. Strange. Not really sure why. Pretty sure I have it like the least amount as possible. Oof. That sucks. Oh, that sucks so bad. Oh well. It is what it is, I guess. I'll just wait here a little bit. You know, because I do want to know. Like, if you know what Candle Cove, please let me know. Yeah. So it takes place on this forum for finding nostalgic shows. Oh, okay. Oh, then I might vaguely know what this is. I might have heard of this, and I just don't remember anything about it. Okay, yeah, this sounds like vaguely familiar to me. Do continue. That makes sense. Let's see. I'm so curious now. I saw that there were like some other Creepypasta tier lists where they had like just a candle on it, and I was like, oh well, that could be anything. But I wanted to know about Candle Cove. So they're talking about this old show called Candle Cove, trying to find anyone else who saw it because it's a local show. Okay, makes sense. Yeah. This is definitely sounding familiar, but I do not remember any details at all. Yeah, old show. Yeah, they have a lot of forums like that. The person found out other people started talking about it. And I'm assuming it turns creepy. I'm assuming it takes a bit of a scary turn after a certain point, which makes sense. Because, you know, it is a creepypasta, that is the point of it. You got this little girl who's in this world filled with puppets and pirates and other fantastical and not so fantastical things, I imagine. I think that does make sense from the picture. It does look very pirate-esque with like eye patch there. And as they start to talk, they start to remember details weirder and weirder. Okay. Yeah, slowly coming back to me. Old show, cartoon. They start remembering these really weird details. And like there's one character called Skin Stealer, something that wore human skin that cannot be shown in a show. Right. Okay. Yeah. I hate when I get to stuff like this where I feel like I know what this is and I've definitely heard of it, but I don't remember it at all. Ugh, I hate that. But yeah, this does sound very familiar. I've definitely heard this before and just totally forgot. Yeah, Candle Cove. Also interesting because it all happened in under a subreddit and subreddit replies, which is so fun. And one person recalls a nightmare they had, and the entire episode was just the characters on the ground writhing in pain. Ugh. Yeah, I don't like that. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. So interesting format. Fun story. Yeah. And then another person says they think they remember that episode, and they both freak out saying it's impossible. Yeah. I mean, honestly, if you were remembering something like that, and someone else, like, confirmed that they remember that as well, you would freak out. Like, that shouldn't be on a show. Like, why would that ever be shown on television? But now you have you and another person being like, yeah, we both felt the same thing. Which is an actual phenomenon, I think. I forget specifically what it's called, but there is a phenomenon for that that's very interesting, where, like, people somehow see the same thing that like isn't real and didn't happen. So I'm sure within the context of the creepypasta, it did actually occur. That's fun though, I like it a lot. Yeah, so interesting. Candle Cove then. I think I'll have to put it next to Andy 96, I feel like. Let's put it right there. I think we'll put it there. Person comes back months later, is gonna talk to their mom about it, who said that every day they would say they're gonna watch Candle Cove and then turn the TV to static for 30 minutes. Okay, so it actually wasn't real within the context of the creepypasta. That's fun. So that is interesting. So then that is about that phenomenon. It's just in like a more scary way. I like that. Yeah, Candle Cove. I will put that in the tier. I'll put it there. Right next to Annie 96, I think we can put it there. Just because I don't know how popular of a one Candle Cove is. Logo 68. Oh, Logo 68, yeah. I know Logo 68. Yeah. Interesting. I didn't know it was on there. That's fun. That's cool. That's really cool. Okay, I'll have to see that later. That sounds very fun. Candle Cove, yeah. Putting it next to 96. Interesting way of showing how this is. I love when creepypastas like aren't just a whole bunch of like it's not like a written story. And not that that's bad, but I think it's fun when they find more interesting ways of showing what they're talking about. I mean the foreign. Yeah. Okay, got it. That's what I thought. I wasn't really sure. I was like, oh, it's on the YouTube channel. Okay. Okay, yeah. I assume, actually, and I could be wrong, but I think the YouTube channel being Logo 68 might be a reference to Candle Cove. I think that's probably it, considering what the YouTube channel is about in the first place. It was very fun. I learned something today. Cool. Awesome. I like that a lot. Yeah, Candle Cove. That's fun. Yeah. But by the way, I do highly suggest it. Which is fun. No, I mean, yeah, I do assume it was real to the kids, but what I meant is that within the context of the story, the show actually wasn't real, since they turned the TV to static for 30 minutes. You know what I mean? So these two people are remembering something that didn't actually happen. Though, of course, it could just be a supernatural thing. Of course, like, it is a creepypasta, so it's not like that's not a possibility. You know what I mean? Yeah. They just thought it was a show. You know, but just wasn't real. Yeah. So, that's again, like, something I have to look into, but fun. I like it. Okay. I like it a lot. So next, we have the back room. So, I am going to speak about this within the context of the original story for the back room. Because I know that right now there's all these different YouTube channels and different, like, lore projects going on with the back rooms. So I want to say that this is me talking about the original idea for the backrooms, the OG, not the new stuff, just the original one. So the original backrooms, short, very short little thing with this image that you're seeing of like the yellow area. And yeah, man, that delay is terrible. In this little area that this goes on forever and ever. And you find yourself there and there is no escape and it has no logical path. It just keeps going on and on and on and you're lost forever in there and there's no entities, there's no scary monsters, there's no anything. It's just you lost forever. And that is it. And I like it. It's short, simple. Some people kind of find it scary, some people don't. Have you seen that clip of Markiplier talking about the backrooms? And yeah, buddy, I saw the whole video, okay? Do not recite to me your magic words, for I was there when it was written, okay? I watched that. I didn't see your clip. I watched the video, okay? Okay? I am not the same. Not the same as you. Doesn't really matter. Yes, I've seen that. But yeah. So, backrooms. Very short, very sweet. I personally don't find it that scary. Some people do. It's very much a liminal horror thing, which not everyone is scared about. I think that's why in a lot of the newer iterations of the backrooms, they have like all these monsters and cryptids in it. But in the original, there wasn't any of that. It was just that. And there weren't even any of those other levels. It was literally just the yellow area, and that was it. So the original backrooms, I will say I'm going to put on here. I'm going to put it here. It's not particularly scary to me, but it is good. It's nice. It's a short little thing. I will say this. When it comes to modern backrooms, it annoys me a little bit that they have this whole lore with this organization and all these different, like, people and roles in the organization that's kind of like a society. And they're organizing all these different entities into different danger levels, into different rooms, into different danger levels and mapping out the place. I will say I don't like that. I don't like that they're doing that. Because to me, it just feels like it's SCP all over again. And I like SCP. I like SCP a lot, but I feel like considering what the idea of the backrooms is, there's like more interesting things they could do. So it pisses me off a little bit that they're just doing the SCP organization, but again, I feel like you can do better. Like, I think it'd be really interesting is if instead of having this organization and this society, they had like different groups of humans that ended up in different parts of the backrooms, and then you use that as a way to analyze interpersonal relationships and how these groups of humans like decide how they're going to live their lives in this new particular area and how things develop from there. Like maybe there's one group that is really like they become really tight-knit and familial, and there's another group that's maybe more like a cult, but there's one leader that's like really manipulative and he's like getting these people in this scary situation to basically just believe in whatever he says. And like you can do a lot of interesting concepts exploring these different dynamics that can happen in these vastly different environments. Because not only is the Backrooms like forever, but it also has so many different places to explore. Like, there's so much you can do, and I feel like the fact that they're just doing SCP again is really annoying. Like, you can be more original than that. So I will say that. I started listening to this podcast called The Magnus Archives that came out in 2016. Really good toned down SCP. Fun. I might take that out to have the time. That does sound interesting. But yeah. I will say that. The original Backrooms, I like it. Simple, not particularly scary, but interesting. And I think that modern Backrooms needs to, like, tone down the SCP stuff. It's, like, a little too much. Like, if I want SCP, I will read the stuff from SCP. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I'm glad that you agree that SCP's like a little overdone at this point. Like, yeah, if I want SCP, I'll just read the SCP stuff. Like, there's so much to read there. Like, I'll just do that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Backrooms. I do like the Backrooms, putting it in the tier and putting it there. So here we have, oh boy, Smile Dog. So I actually got the idea to do this whole tier list when I was seeing some Creepypasta stuff. And if I did not see that, like, video and some of the older Creepypasta stuff, I would have completely forgotten what Smile Dog was. Even though it's, like, one of the more iconic ones, it has just been so long since I've even heard, like, mention of Smile Dog. It's been forever. But there's Smile Dog. So Smile Dog, there is a story, but I forgot what it was. Smile Dog, I think it's just like the story about like this, like just like a creepy picture they find of their dog. I'm pretty sure that's like the main gist, is they just have this really creepy, unsettling picture of their dog, and they don't know like how it happened or what happened to make that picture. This sounds like maybe, okay, considering your reaction, it sounds like you maybe know what it is, but yeah, Smile Dog, very famous one. People have seen the image a lot. It's very Jeff the Killer-esque, and not only in the fact that the smile is so wide, but also because of the fact that we also do not know what the original image is. We don't know where the original image came from. We just have the over-edited one. Like, we don't know what that OG image is. My personal theory for this one, and also the Jeff the Killer one, is that it's just a picture they took of someone they knew, or their own dog, or themselves, and then they edited it, and that's why we don't know what the original picture is. It's because it's a personal picture, and they just edited the hell out of it, and they never posted it, the original, online. That's my personal theory. That makes sense to me, because considering like how much they've scoured the internet for the original photos and they don't have it, to me that makes the most sense. To me it makes the most sense that it's a personal picture that never got posted online. They just edited it, and that's online. That makes sense. Yeah, no, because they've tried for years to find this OG image. I don't think they're gonna find it. I really do believe it's just their own picture of their own dog, and they just edited it. That makes sense. No. I mean, the thing is like, people try to find the original image online. Like, yeah. This is something that, like, I know more of the search for that image than I do the actual creepypasta. Yeah. That is really the case. It's just, like, we only have the edited versions. We don't have the original image. And I am very much of the opinion that it is just, like, their own image of their own dog. And has edited it. And that's it. Because it doesn't make sense to me. Like, they've been searching for years and you didn't find it. It doesn't exist. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. But yeah, Smile Dog. Not much of a story there. It's just a very iconic creepypasta. But it's not like it's the scariest thing ever or that well done. It's just like, you know, creepy picture of a dog. So I'm gonna put it in the icon middle school level. This is basically just a creepy dog picture. That's it. This is a very famous creepy dog photo. But here we have, okay, so this is Ben Drowned. Ben Drowned is another one that I would have forgotten about if not for like giving myself a refresh. Ben Drowned was super interesting. It was one of the first creepypastas, or maybe first, though I don't want to say exactly that it was the first, just in case it wasn't. You know, I don't want to step over anybody's toes, so I'm going to say one of the first, possibly the first, creepypasta that it was very much made in the format of a fake video game footage. Or it's possible that it actually wasn't fake, it was just a modded game of Zelda. I think it was the Twilight Zelda, if I'm remember correctly. It's like the one that like has that really creepy stuff in it. It's like considered the creepiest older Zelda game. Well, actually not even older, just like overall the creepiest one. It's like the modern ones are that scary. So it was like a modded Twilight Zelda. And it was about not much, honestly. It was a pretty simple story about like this guy. He found this old copy of a weird version of Zelda. He put it in an emulator and he was showing his gameplay footage of it and just kind of exploring this like creepy edited version of the game. And you have this Zelda character who just has this face of just like some kid. It's not even particularly creepy, but it's still overall unsettling. Yeah, Majora's Mask is what I meant. I get a lot of these confused. I always confuse Majora's Mask with Twilight Princess, which I know is going to piss off a lot of the Zelda fans. I'm sorry. Trying my best. A lot of the old Zelda games are just kind of the same to me because they're all very blocky. Sorry. I'm doing my best here, guys. But yeah, pretty simple story. Honestly, the most interesting part to me was just the fact that you had this gameplay footage of like this modded Zelda game. Like, that's a lot of work to put into your creepypasta. I respect it, and I have always found that pretty much everyone likes it. It's just like a really interesting thing to watch go down. So I feel like I have to put this in the Yippee icon. It's just good. It's just like a well done fake thing. Fake creepypasta. Well, not, I mean, it's a real creepypasta, but you know what I mean. It's just like cool. Okay, water bottle. I just had to take a break for a second just to have some water. Yeah. So Ben Drowned, we're putting it in the Yippee icon. If you have not seen like the gameplay footage of it, go watch it. It's really cool. Super cool. Let me have Sally. Immediately putting it in here. I have no idea what this is. Do not know what this is. If you know, let me know. But I do not know what Sally is at all. No idea what that is. So I'll wait like a few seconds and see if maybe you know what it is. Because I don't at all. I really do not. And also that that lag is driving me crazy. Maybe? Perhaps? Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, you're real far behind. Oh no. Oh man. I am sorry, by the way, for like the lag between you and also me. Not sure what's going on there. The lag is never that bad. Not sure what's going on. Oh well, whatever. Anyway, just putting Sally in the need to look into it here. So, Russian sleep experiment. This is a good one. This is a good one. This is such a good one. So good. I asked myself, okay, Sally. No, this is not Sally Face. Sally Face is like a horror game. Sally by itself, that's just a creepypasta. This is not the same as Sally Face. Just want to make that clear. Yeah. I know it's Sally Face. This is not Sally Face. This is true. They are being broadcasted across the country. It's very true. There shall be lag. Anyway, Russian sleep experiment. This one. Not only is it so iconic, it is actually well done. Like, actually really well written. Yeah. As someone learning how the internet works, I have to appreciate it, even when it seems slow. But true. Honestly, the internet is a very fantastic thing. It's honestly crazy that we are even able to do this at all. So, that's true. But yeah, the Russian sleep experiment. The Russian... Like, this is one of the few creepypasta that I can sit down and say with confidence it is actually well done and well written and spooky. My only complaint with the Russian sleep experiment is sometimes it gets too anatomical to the point where it's like a little distracting. But aside from that, I don't have any complaints. Like, it's actually like a good story. So, the Russian sleep experiment. This is a story that takes place like World War II, I believe. World War I, World War II, I'm pretty sure World War II, and Russia decides they want to try and get a leg up on the competition, and they take in these hostages, and they're like, we want to do Cold War, maybe. Because you actually know it, just because I like this one so much, I'm going to double check this. Which one it was. Let me see. Let's do experiment. Creepypasta. Soviet era scientific experiment. So, let's see. Experiment. Post. Let me see. Got it. Okay. This is from, let's see, this is from 2012, Conspiracy Theory Illness, Military Experiment, Overview, No, I was correct, not the Cold War, World War II, haha, feel bad. You thought I didn't know what I was talking about, but I do, I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. Okay. Yes, World War II, because it's like Soviet era Russia, and there was like a lot of mentions about the war and stuff going on. So yes, World War II. Haha, 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 L loser. I think I got it. So, Russian sleep experiment. This is during World War II. They're trying to get a leg up on the other countries by participating in human experiments. This is when it gets particularly, this is like a good setup, because this is something that has been discussed a lot within like conspiracy theories and stuff. Is like, what are the terrible things that these countries did to get to feel like they have more resources to do better. And I should be specific that some of those conspiracy theories are not conspiracy theories. They are, like, actual history. I should make that clear. But this is fake. Russian sleep experiment did not happen. This is very much a creepypasta. So I just want to also specify that. And basically, in this experiment, they were like, let's see what the effect of lack of sleep does to somebody. And they were like, okay, let's grab these hostages, let's put them in this room, and let's just do our best job at observing them and see what's going on. And this slowly but surely develops into this horrible, strange, fascinating, very horrific, oh boy, my model's doing the thing again. I'll fix it later. This very horrific sort of experiment, obviously. And it is so well done. It really goes into like the details of like how it's affecting their bodies and their mental state. And there's also this gas that gets put into the room as opposed to like help keep them awake. And they become really dependent on it, and like it's almost supernatural by the end of it what's going on with them. And it is just fascinating. It's so well done. But like I said, I do think it gets a little too anatomical. Like there's certain parts where it really goes into, again, how it's affecting their bodies. It's interesting, but sometimes it's like using terms or phrases and writing it in a way that's like, I feel a little taken out of the story because of like how much I have to understand what is it you're talking about. You know what I mean? So yeah, there's that. Like, let me find an example here. Let's see. Immediately. Let me see here. This is like, I think it would be good if it was, maybe find a quote. Okay, here we go. So let's just, quick content warning, because this is very graphic. So this is like an example of like a good description from the Russian sleep experiment. So, the abdominal organs below the rib cage of all 4 test subjects had been removed. While the heart, lungs, and diaphragm remained in place, the skin and most of the muscles attached to the ribs had been ripped off, exposing the lungs to the rib cage. All the blood vessels and organs remained intact. They had just been taken out and laid on the floor, planning out the eviscerated but still living bodies of the subjects. The digestive tract of all 4 could be seen to be working, digesting food. It quickly became apparent that what they were digesting was their own flesh that they had ripped off and eaten over the course of days. So that paragraph is excellent. It has really good imagery and visuals of like what is going on without taking away from the tension of the story. It's easy to understand and hard to think about, which is good. And that's like a really good example. But later on, they kind of go too much into it. That's like a little, like, takes you out a bit. So I'm trying to find a quote for that. Something. Let's see. Table. Survivor will be destroyed and they will put that and they will put dead. I'm trying to find like a good example of like the part that's like kind of like takes you out of it. Because this one's so long, so this is like, I'm like skimming a lot right here. Let's see. Let's see. Huh, this one's so long. This one's so long. We made a set of things I was craving. When we love to hear these things, we're gonna so easily. Okay, and then they have a fun picture. Yeah, I don't know. I can't find it now, but there's like certain, just because it's so long, I don't want to spend too much time trying to find the specific quotes. But if you read it, you will find that there's like certain points where it goes like a little too much into it, and it's like, okay, well now this is more like a biology class. Like this is more like a biology class than a creepypasta. But very, very well done, very well written. If you have not read it, I do very much recommend that you read it, because this one is genuinely like really well done, really great, and it has a lot of different influences that it's pulling from. Really cool. So I would say Russian Sleep Experiment, very much a round of applause for that one, because it's actually very good. Yes. So that one is going in Yippee Icon, because it's very iconic, very famous, and very well done. So now we have this one, Emergency Alert. Don't know what that one is either. Very vague title. I would imagine it's probably some kind of like old emergency thing. Duh. But I don't know what that one is. Then we have Eyeless Jack. So this one is one that I actually learned about recently. I did not know what this one was for a long while. But Eyeless Jack, basically it's this guy who shows up when you are sleeping. And he has no eyes. And hold on, let me get some like water real quick. Oh man. A lot of talking today, so I need my water. But this guy, he has open eye sockets with no eyes. It's just like blank. There's like nothing there. And despite the fact that there's nothing there, there's this strange dark ooze that comes from his eyes. And he comes in when you're sleeping, and his whole concept is while you are sleeping, he removes organs from you. And in the original story, it was this guy and his brother, and they felt like they saw something at their window, but there's nothing really there. The brother goes to sleep. Well, the main character goes to sleep, wakes up, and feels ill. They go to the doctor, they run an x-ray on him, and they find out that somehow, in his sleep, his kidney was removed. And so the entire idea is just like, you will be asleep and this guy will just come in and harvest your organs. And it'll just be any organ, I guess. And I will say, I do think that is a bit of a creepy concept. Like, you go to sleep and you wake up and like, one of your lungs is gone or something. Or like, your heart, in which case you wouldn't wake up, you would just die. But yeah. Whoa. What happened there? Oh boy. Oh boy. The thing turned off. Hey, if he needs him that bad. Look at him that bad, dude. You need him that bad. We'll give it to you. Yeah, I will say, I do think the concept is a little humorous. Because now I just kind of see this guy as some sort of organ harvester. I think it's really funny. Let's see. I always plan to donate an organ anyway. That's fun. Hold on. The stand ran out of battery, I think, possibly. Okay. I have to plug this in real quick. Technical difficulties. I have to plug this in so that it functions properly. For me to get my model to work, I have to put my phone on the stand, right? But the stand, I have to keep, it like charges, but sometimes I have to like plug it back in, or else it will stop working. There we go. There we go, back to normal. Oh, nope, not back to normal. Hello. Hello. There we go, got it. Yeah, I think it's really funny. I can't, as much as I do think the actual concept is a little creepy, I kind of laugh whenever I think about it, because it just sounds like this guy, like I can imagine this guy being someone who like works in the black market, and he's just harvesting your organs to sell. This guy has to be loaded, man. Loaded guy. He's gotta have so much money. Yeah, so Eyeless Jack, I will put it here. I don't think he's that scary. He's not that iconic either though, honestly. So I think I'll put it here. Little bro is 14 years old. Yeah. I mean, if he doesn't sell them, that's kind of a waste. You know what I mean? he doesn't seem to have a mouth. He's just so nice to them on your behalf. I don't know. He only takes them. He doesn't give them. So I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one, buddy. He just kind of takes them. So I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna put him... I feel bad putting him on Little Bro's 14 years old, though. It's not like it's that bad. It's not good. Like, I can't put it here. It's not like it's that interesting. Alright, I'm gonna put it here. In the hospital where she's a mysterious box in the middle of the night. Just parts. Oh man, it was terrible. If I went to that hospital, I'd be horrified, to be honest. Now we have Antran. I don't know about Antran either. Do not know about that. Putting that in the don't know tier. Oh man, Polybus. It's been too long to the point that I don't remember this. So I have to put this here because I don't remember that. I don't remember it at all. Yeah. The Harbinger experiment sounds familiar to me. Also, do not know it. So this is where we're getting into the territory of stuff that I might not know. Here we go. So that goes down there. But Baraska, okay. So currently in the middle of reading Baraska right now. And by in the middle, I mean like in the beginning. It's like 4 parts. And I will say Baraska so far, really good. So far it's about this kid who moves. Classic beginning to any horror title. He moves, he's like 9, and he moves into this small town, and they are like fun and friendly, and it's really cute. So cute. And he meets these 2 kids, and they become friends. And let's call him Sam, and then the other one is Kimberly. Sorry, the main character name is Sam, and then he has this friend, we'll call them John, and the girl is Kimberly. So John and Kimberly. And they're like good friends, they play, and like a few months after they meet, or like a month after they meet maybe? No, 2 months I think. They're like, hey, we want to show you this cool place that we haven't showed you yet. And at first Sam was like, this is like weird, like why didn't you show me it before? And they're like, oh well, like it's this tree house, and you need to do a specific ritual before you go inside this tree house, or you'll disappear and die. And it's so funny to me that they say it like that, because that is exactly what kids talk like. One of the best parts of Baraska so far is the fact that genuinely it really does sound like how people talk. Well, not people, but kids. Kids specifically. Kids will just say that casually, like it doesn't matter. Like, you're out in the playground, and this kid comes up to you and he's like, guys, have you ever done Bloody Mary? Bloody Mary? Yeah. You, like, do this, you, like, take a candle, you go in the bathroom, and you, like, turn the lights off. And you go, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary. And when you do that, she shows up and she kills you. It's true. I heard someone died. And like, they'll just say that. They'll just like say that casually. And so I really like the dialogue of the children. I really like the dialogue of the children in this Baraska thing. But they show him to this treehouse, and he does a ritual. They're there with like one of the kids' little brothers. The ritual is just like carving your name into a tree that the treehouse is attached to. And then you say this like ritual line about this guy. I'm trying to remember specifically what it was. It was like whether you're in the tree house, like there's like this guy waiting outside of the tree house, and whether you're in the tree house or you're outside, your fate is the same either way. And I was like, that's creepy, okay. But they say it and they go back in, and apparently it's like a really popular place for like kids to hang out at. Currently they're the only kids there, but it's like worn. It has like a whole bunch of like empty juice stuff around, and even empty beer cans and beer bottles. So they hang out there for a while until they hear this loud noise. And Sam, the main character, is like, what the hell is that? And the other kids are like, oh, that's just Baraska. Like, Baraska, what is that? Oh, it's just some place. It makes some noise every now and then. It's just louder here in the treehouse. It's like, oh, okay, that's weird. What is it though? And they're like, we don't know. It's a bad place. You can't go there. And so that's kind of the setup, right? And so they leave the treehouse, and they're having like shenanigans at school. It's fun that they have some downtime in between the creepy stuff, where it's just this kid adjusting to his new life at school. And yeah, it's like a fun twist so far, where like you think the treehouse is gonna be this really creepy place, which I do think it is, but it turns out that Baraska, this other place, is really what seems to be the main spook. So yeah, that's currently where I'm at right now. So far, I really like it. Very nicely written. The dialogue is really good. The descriptions are really good. It doesn't hang on anything for too long, and it doesn't over describe anything. It's like, but surprisingly, there's like a good level of detail as well. Like, there's a lot of things to unpack with certain descriptions that, even though they're not that long, there's like a lot of interesting ways to think about it. So I love it a lot. I do recommend that you read Baraska, as I currently am. Since I'm not done with it, so far I'm gonna put it here. I have only ever heard good things about Baraska, and so far I'm reading it and it's good. And instinctively like it. I don't know how iconic Baraska is though, because my first time learning about Baraska was like very recently. Never heard of it before then. So I'm going to put it in just the Yippee tier, because I don't think it's iconic. At least I don't think it's as iconic as like Jeff the Killer or Sonic EXE. So I'm just gonna put it in the Yippee tier because it is really good. Do recommend you watch it. There we go. Because I have Karazi, don't know what that is. Runway Charlie, also don't know what that is. Cupcakes. This is another My Little Pony one. This is another My Little Pony one. So Cupcakes is an old creepypasta, and this is about Pinkie Pie. So Pinkie Pie has this form of hers, yeah, so basically she has, she helps to run this shop, it's a sweets shop, and everyone's like, oh my god, her stuff is so good, blah blah blah. And at some point, like, who goes in first? Like, Rainbow goes, and then Apple Bloom later, I think. Yeah, Rainbow goes in, doesn't come out, right? And at some point, Apple Bloom goes, and she's a little curious about what's going on. The friend that traumatized me with Smile HD would threaten that they would show you cupcakes. Yeah, there are animations for some of these creepypastas. Cupcakes has one. Smile HD, though, I'm pretty sure is an original thing. That's an original thing that I think is kind of based on Cupcakes at some point. It's been forever since I've seen it, so I don't remember. But yeah, there's like another Pinkie Pie creepy thing. So Cupcakes, Apple Bloom goes in and sees Pinkie wearing this like dress and necklace that's made up of pony parts. Like, Pinkie's dress is made of like a whole bunch of different skins of different ponies that she's killed, and also has like wings from different Pegasus that she's killed. So there's this necklace made of like unicorn horns, I think, as well. They're just really upping up the ooh, she's a murderer factor at this point in the story. And Apple Bloom is totally freaked out, and she notices that Rainbow Dash's cutie mark is on the outfit that Pinkie has. So it like confirms that Rainbow's like totally dead. Yeah, I don't know. But she uses the meat of the ponies for her cupcakes. And Apple Bloom ends up like tied up and then also slowly killed. It's also a grimdark one, and it's not very well written. It's just like My Little Pony, but Pinkie Pie's a murderer. It's dumb, to be honest, but it's very iconic, so I have to put it here. I have to put Cupcakes in the icon middle school level because it's not good, but it's very iconic. No, I think it's like meat pies and stuff. But yeah, it also is weird, like, what do you mean you use it for the cupcakes? Yeah. It's also strange because they're horses, so like, why would they eat meat? I don't know. It's, like I said, it's not well written. It's also been forever, so it's possible I'm misremembering, but like, you know, it's cupcakes, so yeah. It's not very well done. It's like, I'm 14, this is me writing a spooky MLP horror thing. That's Cupcake. Yeah, so I'm putting it in the icon middle school level, so it's super iconic, but not very good. Not very good. Let's see. Next we have the clown statue. I don't know what the clown statue is. My House. So My House, oh my god, I know about My House, but now I'm having trouble remembering what exactly. I think it was like someone made a copy of the house as like a mod for this one game that gets like so many mods, and I cannot believe I'm forgetting the name of the game right now because it's so famous. Oh my god. No, this is bothering me now. Hold on. Let me find the name of the game because I can't believe that I'm forgetting this. My House, WAD. Let's see. No. Let me see now. Verifying mod. Let's see. Download link to the world. No. Let me see. Doom. It's a Doom mod. Yeah. It's a Doom mod, and it's super impressive because it's like really big, and you can actually download it and play it. And the backstory was just this person who lost their friend, and they decided to make a copy of their house that they lived in Doom. And it ends up being like really interesting and creepy and like super odd because it's genuinely like a huge mod. I don't know how they managed to do it. It's honestly really like technologically just impressive that they managed to do it. Really cool. Yeah. But minus the horror stuff, I would assume. Yeah, I would assume so. It's just really cool. And I remember hearing about it and being like, oh, this is awesome. Like, this is really so interesting. And I do recommend, like, if you have Doom, or like an emulator can run Doom, play it for yourself. It's a long experiment, but it's really cool. And it's just like, it really feels like you're playing an urban legend. That's really what it feels like, and I love that kind of thing. It's really awesome. I do not, I'm afraid. That's fine. There's a lot of video essays and like other people who have actually played the game, so you can just look it up on YouTube, honestly. If you don't have anything that you can play it on, it's fun. But yeah, so do. You have, so yeah, My House WAD. I would say pretty iconic. I've heard a lot of things about it. And it's also well done. So I'll put it in Yippee icon. I feel like it deserves a spot there. So they have Dead Bart. This seems to be a Simpsons creepypasta. I have not seen it. I don't know what it is. So I'm putting it there. Because I do not know what that is. No idea. I am assuming it's some kind of like lost episode type thing, similar to the SpongeBob one. That makes sense to me. Then we have Timmy's Hell. Timmy's Hell is one that I know of, but unfortunately, it has been way too long since I've heard about it or like seen anything from it, so I really don't remember at all. I really don't remember at all what that's about. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to put this in there. A suicide mouse. Okay. Sewer slide mouse. Let's say sewer slide. You know, slippy slide mouse. Slippy slide mouse, guys. Slippy slide mouse. It's just bad. It's just like, ooh, creepy Mickey Mouse cartoon that goes spooky. And he offs himself. Ooh, it's like lazy and dumb, and I didn't like it at all. It's also very self-explanatory. Yeah, Slippy Slide Mouse. That's what we're gonna call it. It's just bad. So I'm putting it next to the SpongeBob one. It's just, it's not really worth your time, to be honest. Just know that it exists, and that's it. Then you have the expressionless. This is another one that I know of, but I don't know enough about for me to talk about it, so I'm gonna put it in the need to look into it tier. Plecton gets... Wait, Picton gets served. Don't know what that is either. This is like another SpongeBob one. Unsure what that one is. The Soviet killed in the something 1956. Don't know what that one is either. We're just gonna speed run through like any ones that I don't know of. God's Mouth, I recognize, but I don't know enough about it to judge. The Grieving. So, this looks like a gumball one. This looks like a gumball one, which is interesting. I don't know anything about this one either, though. Hold on, let me edit the crop here. Properties. Oh, which one did you hear about that one? The Grieving. Oh, okay. What is it like specifically about, if you remember? Like what like if you remember like literally anything, like what do you remember about it? Well, yeah, well, let's do that actually. That seems fine. There you go. Buzz. Okay, that's fine. Don't know much about it either. Oh, whoops, hold on. Whoa, everything triggered there. Whoa, 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 hey. Please go back to normal. Please? Please? Oh boy. Oh boy. No. No. Okay, there we go. That was weird. Okay. I can't really remember anything. I just think they like died. And the parents were grieving. Oh, okay. Alright. That makes sense, the grieving. It sounds like a short one, so you know what? I will quickly look it up just because these are usually the short ones. The grieving. Let's see. The grieving. No, I return a lot. Interesting blade, we have that title, we have the classroom, absolutely miserable, quarantine on the change, disturbing, miserable, easy slump, probably intensely, doubt, I've been wanting it, yeah, this is a short one. Loud noise, stepped in, stress, from her husband, they were listening to time, to look on himself, for like hours, blah blah blah. Up in his office, all closed. Yeah, I've been in all the rest of the day. Balloting, clear up, we were found. Ah, I see. Okay, yeah, so this is, yeah, so, Darwin and Anais die in graphic, hyper-realistic ways. Yeah. So this is like the SpongeBob one, which means guess where it's going? It's going in Just Slop, and I'll put it right next to the gumball one, actually. Yeah. A lot of the Lost episode ones are not good. They're not good. Because they usually are written in the same way of like, ooh, hyper-realistic gore. And it's like, that's not what makes something scary. Like, this isn't scary. This is just you just, like, poorly describing death of, like, silly cartoon characters. Yeah. From what I skimmed, it's the same thing. It's just bad. Not really interesting at all in, like, the slightest. So we're gonna put it next to the SpongeBob one. Those two seem very similar to me in vein. Like, pretty much interchangeable, honestly. Happy Appy. The picture looks familiar to me, but I also don't know what it is at all. Not even a little bit. Let's see. Hoodie, don't know hoodie. I'm a search and rescue officer. Oh! I know what this is. Okay. So, I only knew what this one was because of the pictures of the stairs there. So, this is about the stairs in the woods. So there is a series, and I think it's r/no sleep or one of those horror subreddits, where there's someone like, hey, I'm a search and rescue officer, and they are kind of documenting their experience working in this park. And at some point, they find like they find like all sorts of stuff. It's very interesting. I recommend you read it. Just look up "Stairs in the Woods" story. You'll find it easily. But at some point, they find just these random stairs in the woods, and it's strangely unsettling because, like, the randomness of it, but also the implications of it as well. Like, there's a lot of people that go missing, and there was, if I remember correctly, there was like this tree that someone climbs up to try and find something. They climb up and they disappear. They like do not show up ever again. And because of that and a few other things, it's kind of implied that the stairs in the woods work a similar way. And there's like a lot going on, to be honest, in that story, and the multiple stories that are told. I almost don't want to talk too much about it because, like, yeah, I do recommend you go and read it for yourselves. I'm not done reading it myself as well, so that's why I'm also being kind of vague. But it's really good. Stairs in the Woods, I'm a search and rescue officer. Very good. We're putting it in Yippee next to Baraska. Very good. Oh, which one is this one? This one is Laughing Jack. You were there. I don't remember much about that story, but I remember it was bad, and I thought it was really funny. I found it funny in like a similar vein that I find Jeff the Killer funny, but Laughing Jack isn't nearly as iconic, so I'm putting it there. Then Lavender Town Syndrome. We have this one too. Oh, wait. Okay, we're waiting. We are waiting. We shall wait. What's up? Oh. Okay, yeah, no. Yeah. Okay, so, anyway. Lavender Town Syndrome. So this one's a fun one. This one is another one that there isn't like a written... They're like Jack. Ah. Jack does look a little more normal. So, yeah, that's a little more acceptable, I think. Yeah, we have Lavender Town Syndrome. This one's a very famous one, but this one is also here. There isn't a written thing. There is just, like, again, playground chatter about it. we saw a cosplayer convention and they were trying to ask for a picture. That's fun. That's fun. Yeah, Lavender Town Syndrome. So this is one I think a lot of people know of. Basically, there were rumors going around with this one Pokemon game where it had Lavender Town in it, and it was supposed to be in-game, you know, this like spooky town where all the ghost types were, but people started making up rumors that the music was so like horrifying that it had like a particular effect on the human brain that would make kids that played Lavender Town like feel sick or sleepy, or in like some extreme cases like they would like disappear or die. Red and blue. Yeah, there you go. And it was like kind of going crazy with that. Like people were just saying all sorts of stuff. They showed like this spectrograph of like, see the way that this works, it's bad for your brain, which obviously was complete BS. But yeah, it was really interesting. Yeah, the slippy slide. The slippy slide. And yeah, in some extreme cases they were like, they slippy slided, guys. Oh no. But obviously none of that was true. Yeah, they made it so that it was the original Japanese song. The fun part about that is that I am very sure that they only said that so that it would be harder for people to fact check that, because the truth of the matter is that neither one gives you that effect. Is it off-settling music? Yes. And that's the point of it. That is purposeful because it's supposed to be a spooky town. But is it gonna have that effect on you? No, it's not. It's because, you know, it's a creepypasta. It's not legitimate. But I know for a fact that a lot of people really like this. I think that it's fun. You know, so many different versions of it. But surprisingly, it is pretty consistent despite the fact that so many different versions. This is interesting. Buried Alive. I don't know if I know that one. But yeah, Lavender Town, that goes in icon middle school level. This is like something you hear around the playground, for sure. Very fun. Aren't you glad I didn't turn on the lights? This one, I also don't know about, but that does sound interesting. I like the image on that too. So in Lavender Town, you go up to the Lavender Town Tower, where there's graveyards and there's ghosts. Yes. Oh yeah. Oh, are you talking about the fact that people would be like, oh, in the graveyard, like the victims who like died from being in Lavender Town? You know, like the kids that go like missing or they commit slippy slide. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, I do know about that. Oh man. And in the Buried Alive myth, when you defeat Team Rocket at the top of the court. Oh, interesting. I never heard of that. That's a new detail I never heard of. Interesting. Yeah, I don't think I ever heard a version mentioning that. That's fun. See, that's the fun part about like creepypasta ones that are like word of mouth, is they kind of change a lot. Lavender Town has always been the most like consistent one, but that's fun. Yeah. And you should have permanent game over screen. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I never heard of that aspect. I just heard of like the graveyard stuff and like the kids who disappeared or committed the slippy slide, they would end up in the graveyard or whatever. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, I never heard of that. That's a new detail for me. That's fun. Permanent game over screen. Yeah, they always have something like that in like the game related ones too. It's like, oh, now you just can't play it anymore. You found the spooky. Yeah. Clubhouse, don't know that one either. The EMSO fan club, don't know that one either. Mario. The face looks familiar to me. I don't know what this is. Max and Ruby 004. What? Okay, hold on. This one, that is so funny. Do you know, Game On, do you know what Max and Ruby is? The fact that there's a creepypasta, yeah, the fact that there's a creepypasta for Max and Ruby is hilarious. Oh man, I can't wait to look into that later. I bet it's gonna be so bad. I bet it'll be so bad. Oh man. Let's see. Totter's Maze, don't know that one either. Ronald McDonald House. I know of the game that's based on it. So, Slop, not much to say there. It's not good. It's just McDonald but a murderer. You know, just the normal, like, whatever. SpongeBob Bootleg, I don't know what this one is. I just know of the original. Oh, you might know that one? Free to tell if you do know what that one is. Feel free. I shall sit. I shall wait. See. Cause I'm not. The Ronald McDonald one? Yeah. I assume it's just like him, but he's like a murderer, right? I presume. Because that's what it was for like the game that was based on it. It's like this kid that's passed around foster parents. Oh, foster kid. Okay. What happens with the poor child? Oh, poor kid. Gets passed around, has to deal with this stupid murder clown. Because he's bad, and now his only option is the Ronald McDonald. What? And so he goes to therapy grudgingly. What? Oh my god. That's different. Ronald McDonald House. That is hilarious. Please continue. That is so funny. Oh my god. Oh, that's hilarious. Man. Oh, no. Ronald McDonald House. No, yeah, Ronald McDonald is a real thing? What? What do you mean that's real? No, but they don't have orphanages anymore. They can't just be a thing. What do you mean? No. What are you talking about? Hold on. Are you sure? Okay, now I have to look this up. What? Oh my god, it is real. What? That's crazy. That is crazy. What? That's a real thing. I am shocked. I did not know about that. Okay. The first Ronald McDonald House opened in October 15th of 1974 in Philadelphia. Huh. I'm not aware of this. That's crazy. At Ronald McDonald House, families can stay together, rest, and recharge to remain strong for their child in her different routines. Okay. What? You live at home with more than 4 walls and roof over your head. Oh my god. What you're saying? Stay together. Wow, I am genuinely so surprised. I know you're telling me about the stories right now. I'm just like looking at this because I'm just like in shock right now. Huh. Wow. That is crazy. Helping families physically, economically, and emotionally during their healthcare journey. Huh. I didn't know that. That's crazy. Focus, a long time in the hospital. Better proximity to hospital provide important psychological benefits. Okay. I see. So the actual real life one is a little different from how they used it in the story from what I'm reading that I'm gathering. Okay. So the kid goes there begrudgingly, and when he's taken behind, he gets knocked out. And when he wakes up, he's in a hospital gurney, chained in a room, and they come to try and stick him with a needle, but he escapes and runs to find a room filled with kids having their blood drained, and he keeps running because obviously. And eventually he finds an old McDonald's restaurant and an old laptop. And he was writing the story next to the clown statue some used to have. His last message that he can feel the statue staring at him. Yeah. Okay. So Ronald McDonald Murder Clown. Interesting. Still bad. I'm keeping it in just slop, but okay. Yeah, interesting. So it sounds like it's different though than what the real life purpose of the Ronald McDonald houses are. That's fascinating though. I did not know those existed. I'm keeping it in just slop though. I'm keeping it there. I feel like we can agree that we can keep it in just slop. I feel like we can keep it there. I think we could say that. Alright. 1999? Don't know what this one is. Gateway of the Mind. Familiar, but don't remember it. Mr. Widemouth just looks like a gremlin thing. But I don't know what it is either. Death on 423 Stockholm Street. Don't know that one either. Right at the Routine. Don't know that one. The Other Internet. Don't know that one. This one. Oh my god, this is so tiny. My something went on battery. I don't know, whatever. Strange monkey thing. I don't know what that one is. Pale Loon. Oh, Pale Luna. That one's good. I like that one. It's not very iconic, but I like it a lot. Pale Moon is real cool. So putting that out there. Pen Pal. Ooh. That one's too vague in my memory for me to comment on it. The Need to Look is the largest here by far. The Girl in the Picture? Don't remember that one either. The Rake. So The Rake is really just like Slender Man in a different font, to be honest. Instead of it being more of like an outer worldly thing, it's more primal. The Rake though, I would put here. It's just okay. Like I said, it's just a Slender Man, but in a different font. Really. Rat, I don't know. The Red Room, I don't remember. So I have to put this here because I don't remember it. Slender Man, you know where this is going. We're putting this in Icon middle school level. You know we gotta. Like, it's bad. It's not very good, but it is super iconic. We're putting it there. Yeah. I feel like the Rake is less known than Slender Man. That's why I didn't put it up in the Icon thing. Satellite Stalker. Don't remember that one. My Friend is a Plastic Surgeon something. Don't know what that is. And Tails Doll, I heard vaguely about. It's very similar to Sonic EXE, but apparently more tame. Putting this here. But Red Rooms, which are the Dark Web and live stream particle stuff. Yeah. No, I do believe that that's real. I think that the Creepypasta is probably a fake story based on that, but I do believe that those are probably real places. The internet has some dark spots, so I would believe that that's real, yeah. Ted the Caver. I'm a little concerned by how real this looks. I'm gonna put it here. And I'm gonna hope that that's not based on like an actual story of like people who have died with caves. I'm gonna hope. Three Friends Diner. Don't know that one. We don't know that one. This one, what the heck is this? I Met a Demon on the Tokyo subway. Yeah, I haven't read that one either. And then username 666. Here we go. I'm glad we're ending on one that I do know of. So, username 666 is a creepy, like, YouTube video from old YouTube, years ago. And it's basically this YouTube video that like, that sounds like a slice of life anime, yeah. I met a demon on the Tokyo subway station, and now we're totally best friends. That does sound like a slice of life anime name, it does. But yes, username 266. This one is interesting. This one is just a really well done YouTube video from years ago, showing about how, like, on old YouTube, if you looked up this specific channel name and you refreshed it enough times, creepy stuff would happen. And it was cool because technically you couldn't, like, fully debunk it, because who knows? I mean, who's really gonna sit there and refresh it until the creepy stuff happens, right? Which, like, obviously, you know, the creepy stuff wasn't real, but it was super fun that was, like, an interesting little detail. Like, technically, you can't say it's not real, because maybe you just haven't refreshed it enough, you know what I mean? But it was really cool, and it was, like, very old YouTube. The person who made it did a really good job at designing the whole thing and the whole video. The person who uploaded it, which is like an artist and did a lot of creepy stuff, that was one of the videos. And honestly, it's well done. I do recommend just, like, watching the video. I also think it's fun because it's just a good example of, like, what old YouTube used to look like too. So that's what I would say. So that's it, we're all done. Guys, look, we have a full tier list. Most of it is me not knowing what stuff is, but you know, it's okay. It's fine, because now we can actually look into these that I don't know of. So we're gonna go down here, and actually before we do that, let's just review everything since we're all done now. So in the Yippee tier, this is the stuff that, as a reminder, are the ones that are actually well written and actually kind of spooky. So this would be the Baraska, I'm a search and rescue officer, specifically the story of the stairs in the woods, and Pale Luna. These are all very good stories, but unlike the next tier underneath it, they are not as well known as the ones in the Yippee icon tier. So this would be Rainbow Factory, Ben Drowned, the Russian Sleep Experiment, myhouse.wad, and username 666. Then underneath that, you also have iconic ones, but these are the ones that, you know, don't have the same level of quality. So this would be Sonic.exe, Jeff the Killer, Guest 666, Hero Brian, SmileDog.jpg, Cupcakes, Slenderman, and Lavender Town Syndrome. Underneath that is the stuff that is well done, but not really scary. N96, Candle Cove, and The Backroom. Then this is just stuff that is not that scary and also really kind of dumb and probably made by a middle schooler. Little bro is 14 years old. This would be Isla's Jack, Laughing Jack, and The Ring. Which I do want to mention, I think it's really funny that a lot of these, like, creepypasta people have a lot of J names. You have Jeff and then 2 Jacks. Very fun for me. I think that's silly. Then you have just Slop. So these are not only just bad, but they're also not as iconic. And they're also just not good. Like, most of these are, like, boring. They're not that interesting. They're really whatever. So this would be 7/25/2005, which is just the spooky SpongeBob episode. The Grieving, Slippy Slide Mouse, and Ronald McDonald's House. And then after this is just everything else that we do not know of. So I would like, with chat, you guys should let me know which ones are the ones, which one of the ones that you guys are, like, most curious to know about. We have a few different ones here. We have Sally, Emergency Alert, Antran, Polybuzz, etc., etc. So you let me know. You can also just, like, describe the picture in case you can't really tell what it's, like, trying to tell you. Because I know it's some of them are a little hard to read, even for me, and I have it on, like, my bigger screen. Yeah, so let me know. There's a few different things here to pick and see. I don't know, really, which one would, I think, the Plankton one? The Plankton one? Okay, we can do that one. That one is Plankton Gets Served. so let's look into this one. Let's see. Okay, okay. Boop. We shall look into this. Like type get served. And then the Maximum Ruby one next. Yeah, we can do that. Okay, let's see. Here we go. This is from the Creepypasta wiki. This will be fun. So real quick, let me change now. What music is playing, because now we're gonna be reading. So let's do this one. There we go. Because now we're gonna be reading, so you know we have to bring a different vibe. Okay, here we go. You guys seem like you guys can read it well, so that's good. So Plankton got served. I am sure many have heard of lost episode creepypastas. They usually are an incredibly oh boy, it's gonna be difficult to read. Here we go. An incredibly graphic episode that conveys such fear for children that it was never aired, though someone managed to sneak a viewing or owns one of the tapes. The most popular of this is Squidward's Slippy Slide, in which Squidward commits Slippy Slide, hence the title. Yeah. Of course, all of these creepypastas are fake. Yet I remember a SpongeBob episode that was altered heavily, but still remains in circulation today. This one-course meal from season 7. In the episode, Mr. Krabs finds out that Plankton is horrified of whales and uses it to his advantage. This is one of the least popular episodes in the show due to the dark nature of the episode, even after the episode was heavily altered. That sounds so silly. Yeah, look, I'm doing it so that just in case, you know, like I don't want anything to get flagged, so I am just gonna say Slippy Slide instead of anything else. I don't like using and like saying something so silly for something so serious, but like I kind of have to. I'm sorry. So let's see. Now, how would I have seen this episode before it was edited? Well, it's simple, really. This is one of the 7 SpongeBob episodes that were revealed on the internet before it aired on TV. Always a big fan of the show, I was excited at the idea of having a SpongeBob episode premiere on the internet before television. I rapidly reloaded the Nick page, and finally, the episode came up. It was known as Plankton Got Served, though it was eventually changed. Most of the episode is identical to the one that is circulated today. Plankton manages to break into the Krusty Krab and ties up Mr. Krabs and SpongeBob. And as he is about to finally get the secret formula from SpongeBob, Mr. Krabs' daughter, Pearl, walks in. This terrifies Plankton and causes him to run out. Plankton later claims his ancestors were eaten by whales, and that's why he fears himself. So far, this is a pretty okay setup. Actually, this is a better setup, I would say, than some of the other ones. It seems like this one was made quite a bit after a lot of these like lost episode stuff got famous, so maybe that's why it has like a different tone to it, because a lot of the other ones have this tone that's like so hard to take serious and so stupid. So far this is okay though, so that's interesting to me that this one's like told very differently. It's like a retrospect of this whole craze. Mr. Krabs realizes this fear that Plankton has and decides to use it against him. He dresses up as his daughter and begins to follow Plankton around, frightening him. Plankton decides he can no longer take it and decides to make the ultimate decision. Plankton decides to commit Slippy Slide? Yes, it is still in the show today, you're free to watch it. Okay, I think I'm gonna fact check that one, because I don't know about that. I don't know if they would allow that. Hold on. I don't know about that one. I don't know if I believe that. This has to be a fake episode that they're just saying exists for real. I would assume. Let me see. So this is, I'm reading this now from r/lost media. This is a deleted user. But this is what they said. So a few years ago, there was a fairly popular creepypasta about an early version of the SpongeBob season 7 episode Plankton Got Served. It was fairly cliche and just talked about Plankton dying in the episode. Anyway, a few years ago, I was sitting on the couch downstairs and the guide said Plankton Got Served. So I took a picture of it on my old tablet, might be laying around somewhere, and waited. Eventually, I just played the SpongeBob episode Rodeo Days, and that was pretty much it. Yeah, that's fine. Feel free to listen all you want. Do not text and drive. So, good job, be responsible. And that's pretty much it. I have reason to believe that some of this is real, or there was some kind of weird error at Nick that caused this. I'll try and find the tablet later and upload the image. It's not very good though. Sorry, this is the wrong subreddit, by the way. I need to get this out here. I'm wondering if I'm crazy. That was actually the original name for the episode One Course Meal. Okay. So it was just one course meal, apparently. Let's see. So the original episode One Course Meal from season 7 discovers that Plankton is afraid of whales and disguises as his daughter to scare him. Okay, this is what we thought. Synopsis. Of a feather. Turns out it was just Mr. Krabs in disguise. It was interesting. So later, Pearl, quote unquote Pearl, it's not Pearl, it's Mr. Krabs, terrorizes Plankton. He flees inside the chum bucket and becomes he flees inside the chum bucket where Pearl quickly reappears, claiming she wants to eat Plankton. This goes on for 2 whole weeks. Oh my god, poor guy. Plankton becomes severely traumatized and eventually has a nightmare about a demonic Pearl eating him and his kinfolk. That's terrible. Wow. And that's real. This is a real one. Wow. Okay, this is like a real episode. It turns out the Pearl was just Mr. Krabs in disguise the whole time. The next day, Plankton appears on the road, laying on it to try and get ran over by a bus. Oh. Oh. What? Okay. Jeez. I mean, I'm assuming they're doing it in like a cartoonish way, but that's pretty dark for a kid's show. SpongeBob becomes concerned and confronts Mr. Krabs in his office and tries to get him to stop harassing Plankton, but he refuses to listen. Mr. Krabs reminds SpongeBob that he revealed the location of his formula, which is a violation in the Krusty Krab rulebook. But since Krabs won't listen to reason, SpongeBob tells Plankton about Mr. Krabs' worst fear. Suddenly, Plankton stops his attempt to get ran over, which is crazy, and is surprised but becomes angry when SpongeBob tells him that it has been Mr. Krabs disguised as Pearl that's been scaring him the whole time. SpongeBob leaves while Plankton is left with a plan to get revenge on his rival. Oh my gosh. He decides to get revenge by tormenting him with a mime for hours, which turns out to be Mr. Krabs' fear. Man. Okay, so production. This episode was confirmed and added to the US Copyright Office in January 14th, 2010, along with sister episode Gary in Love. So the episode One Course Meal is real. The creepypasta version isn't, but the actual episode is. And he does try to get run over by a bus. That's crazy. That's nuts, actually. Oh my gosh. That's really crazy. Yeah, and it was also online before it aired on American television. So this is interesting. So the person who wrote this actually did their research. According to the trivia here, the episode was originally on Nick.com 1 month before it aired on American television, and it was originally titled Plankton Got Served. Yeah, that's true. That's interesting. Wow. Huh. Yeah, wow, that's actually fascinating. That's pretty cool, actually. That's really cool. That's like actually true. And like this person did the research. Okay. This one gets my respect a little bit. They actually did proper research. This is interesting. Most of the episodes identical, blah blah blah. Okay. They have some like more water for a sec. Hold on. Where is here it is. Okay, hold on. Okay, here we go. I'm back. I just have to have some more water real quick. Okay. Yeah, interesting. So that is a thing. Yeah, that actually is in the show. That's nuts. Okay, so back to the creepypasta. This is no longer a real show. This is a creepypasta. Keep that in mind. Plankton waits for the bus as he lies in the street, waiting to get run over. That is when SpongeBob comes over to try and convince him to continue his existence. This is where the alteration in the two versions begins. Plankton fails to heed SpongeBob's words and remains there. In the altered version that was shown, which is the actual, like, real episode, SpongeBob tells Plankton that it was Mr. Krabs' Pearl the whole time, and he gets up. In another altered version, SpongeBob says the same things, so this is the creepypasta version, but Plankton refuses to believe him. SpongeBob decides that the only thing he can do is show him the truth. The only thing he can do to show him the truth is to drag Mr. Krabs outside. Soon after he leaves, the typical red bus comes speeding along. Plankton sits up and watches it hit him as everything fades to darkness. Jesus. Plankton finds himself standing on a single platform overlooking darkness. In the darkness, he sees whales all looking up at him. There are members of his family he can faintly make out, calling for him to jump down. Plankton looks above and sees a light he can scarcely believe. This would seem to represent heaven and hell. So this is very much creepypasta territory now. Plankton, resigned to his fate, jumps and plunges down into the darkness. This is when the episode ends, and the traditional credits for the show are shown parallel to Plankton's descent into the darkness. Now some of you may say, you saw the show as soon as it became available online. Well, I say, apparently not fast enough. After seeing the episode online, I reloaded the page to find the altered version shown on the website. I kept reloading, curious of how I had seen the first version. Very convenient, I say. The only answer I can imagine for my viewing of the original episode was that the creators uploaded the wrong file, and moments after uploading it, recognized it as such. I may be the only one who saw this version. I truly do not know the sick ambitions the creators of SpongeBob had in mind for this episode. Why would a kid's show portray Jeff? Why would a kid's show portray heaven and hell? Nonetheless, this unaltered version is impossible to find. I've searched as hard as I can, and I have failed to find anything legitimate about the episode I had seen. People have told me that I had only seen the altered version, and they were too surprised at the dark themes portrayed in the episode. Nonetheless, I know what I saw. I know people would fail to believe me. People will accuse me of lying just to scare people. People would say I have no evidence. There are no photos. There is no video evidence of this occurrence. I only saw it once, and it never occurred to me to do such. I know the truth. I want other people to know as well. Maybe someone out there saw this episode too, as well as I, and we can confirm it. Until then, I hope you enjoyed reading about my experience. Okay, so this one is pretty tame, I would say. Thankfully, this one, actually, I would say this one is better than the other ones, just because it doesn't do the same thing of like hyper-realistic gore, but it's also a little boring. And by little, I mean very boring. It's very predictable, not really anything interesting, so we're putting it in the slop tier. So I got an upgrade, but not much of one. Just a barely an upgrade. But yeah, we might have time for the Max and Ruby one. Maybe. It's like almost 3 o'clock. Let me see if I can find Max and Ruby 0004. Okay, I'm gonna have to like speed through this one. Let's see. Here we go. Okay, Creepypasta made in 2013 and added onto the Creepypasta fan and wiki by Stop Anime Creep. It was originally uploaded to Creepypasta wiki by the user Piggy Poe. Okay. How long is this one? We can't do too much of this. Okay. Let's see. Screenshot. Okay, so parents die. That's fun. Brother commits slippy slide. Match with the slippy slide. Oh boy. Let me see. Let me skip through this. I don't fear. And Food's decision to break it up and shoved it down the drain. This is so. Oh boy. Something I've ever witnessed. In his room, hanging on a chair. Louder. Perfect scream. Camera's pan to her face. The sound of a terrible cake. Blah blah blah. Yeah. Okay. So this is just another like spooky cartoon. Ruby sees the parents die, and then the brother. Surprisingly, no mention of hyper-realistic. I really mean it. If you read the other stuff, it mentions that stuff so often to the point of like it's annoying. It's not very good either though. The Max and Ruby one, I have to say, it's just eh. So Max and Ruby, where is it on here? This one also goes in the slop tier. It's just like, it is exactly what you expect. So go to the slop. Yeah, but that's it. I think we're all done. Oh, stretch. We're all done. Okay. That is the end of our journey. Ranking the creepypastas. This was fun, I think. Honestly, I had a lot of fun. I hope that you guys also had a lot of fun with this. And yeah, creepypastas is really interesting for me. It's like such a fun phenomenon, and I think it's fun, especially now that we're starting to see a bit of a resurgence with some horror stuff on TikTok. I think that's cool. And some people complaining about it, but honestly, like I feel like every generation can have their own version of like spooky stuff. And I'm excited to see how this will develop. So yeah, I hope that you guys had a fun time like I did. And I'll see you next stream. So next stream tomorrow, we will be playing more Hades, and then the day after that, we're playing Genshin. So same time as always, 12 until 3. And I'll see you guys later. Bye!